rising. Greetings, my beautiful cosmic family. I am back today with another one for you. And today's topic is gonna be, Mother Nature and Mother Nature's animals. How that sound? I get a little emotional when I talk about Mother Nature and I talk about the animals and stuff like that because it plays such a good role in my life, a very important role in my life as well. I also have me some tea this rising. Now I like my tea with a little bit of creamer. I got oat creamer. I was watching this one lady video and she was saying sometime when you drink things from the earth or nature, sometimes it's not best to always diffuse them with like sugar or honey or cream, just to drink it naturally. I understand that so fucking perfectly, but you know what makes this planet beautiful is that everybody is different. You may find the tea good as just the tea. Some others may find it good with a little bit of sweetness. It depends on how much your soul crave. I got a sweet soul, so I like to have a little sweetness every blue moon. Give me a little bit of creamer, or a lot of people are different. Some tea parties we want to drink it with cream or cubes of sugar. Some tea parties we just want to drink the tea regular. Everybody is uniquely different for a reason. And what works for you in your spiritual journey works for you, and what don't work for you don't work for you. Don't force it to work, because now it's gonna make you not even like the tea no more. When you just drink it plain and regular and you be like, dang, I like when I drink it how I drink it, but I gotta drink it like that. But that is not true. And if you can try to limit how much sweetness you put in there, like if you put honey, put a little bit lesser than you normally do. Or if you put creamer, put like 2 drops, so you're not diffusing the tea from its natural element all the way. But whatever your preference is, love what you love. Just simply don't change what you love about yourself, but always try to, get out of the habits of overdoing and using things. So just try to limit it. Don't do it too much. Take it one step at a time, because we are all here to unlearn bad behaviors. Don't beat yourself up too bad about it. But anywho, we're gonna talk about Mother Nature. See, a lot of chosen children, such as myself, I went through a lot of facing a lot of neglect, from the physical of beings or my human relatives. They would, sometimes they would neglect me. I was being put out around 12, 13, had to go live with cousin to cousin and auntie to auntie, uncle to uncle. And, they would soon grow tired of me or say, oh, she's too much to deal with. I don't have to, which is okay now that I understand. If sometimes people take on other responsibilities and other things, and then their children still need needs. And it could be hard on some people at some time raising other people's children, especially if they don't have the patience to raise their own and they just bringing you into their home. So it's hard on a lot of people. So I'm not mad at you if you ever put me out or neglected me. I'm not upset with you. I need you to be very silent because I'm making a video, okay? Excuse me, but hey, I'm still a mother at the end of the day, but they know when I make a video, they must try to remain a little bit silent. But anywho, so I'm not mad at anybody that kind of, neglected me or put me out. If anything, I should have been mad at my parents, but I'm not even mad at them anymore because, at one point, being a single parent, it can get so hard on you knowing that the child's father not trying to come around. It's a lot on a mother herself, but it's how you go about it, But anywho, my parents neglected me. My father, would never really open up his door with me. To me, I was always probably living with a friend of his in a family, or one of his cousins. He would drop me off at their home. He was just too busy in his life to kind of care for me, take care of me. So I'm okay with that, because at first I used to feel so neglected and be so hurt. And like if I feel somebody getting ready to give up on me, I would just act out and go crazy and cuss their ass out so they can just I basically push myself out before I leave. So I would, you know, create all type of anger towards the person. Because I would, like, by me being a chosen being, goddess now, I used to feel when people were getting tired of me. I used to feel when I was becoming a little too much for people. So once I feel that they getting ready to try to come sit me down and have a conversation to basically put me out their home, I was like 14, 13. I was a little girl. And once I feel that way, I would just kind of like act out in anger. I wouldn't really cry all the time. I would just be angry, ready to go to school to fight people. You know, just pushing out some of that anger that everybody is putting on me. You know, I was a little girl, and it used to get really hard for me, y'all. Like, I used to really go through a lot when my relatives and my family members put me out and neglected me. Because if you say you can love everybody, you can love every child, why would you put me out when I'm going through stuff, when your children do the same thing I'm doing? But it's more when, say for instance, your child going there and steal out the store. You go forgive your child and put him on punishment, and you ain't finna put your child out. But if a person, like a little teenager around the same age as your child, maybe a year older, go to the store and do the same thing, you will have limit patience with that child. You're going to be like, you got to go. You got to get out. You set an example for my child, but they child could have did it first, you know? So they will grow so tired of you, and what you, like, you walk around on eggshells, basically. You know, so being that my life was like that in the beginning of my journey, I used to really wish I couldn't wait to be grown up. I couldn't wait to have my own. I couldn't wait to just have my own children, to show them that love is love no matter what. Like, still to this day, I love all children. I would help any child if I could. But now, since I helped a few children out, I can no longer do that right now on this journey, because my children need me more than anything. So now, when I was helping other children, I kind of understood why a lot of relatives grew tired of me like that, you know? But more of the story, you know, so it was hard on me. So I would find myself, like, when I was homeless at 14 and 15, living on the street, I would just find more comfort within nature. I would go sit outside up under a tree and just sit there for hours, y'all. Watch so many cars pass me by. And I used to cry. I used to cry so hard by myself. And that's how I am still to this day. I will cry by myself and cry by a tree before I cry in the arms of those that swept me into a pile of shit. Those that hurt me and benefited off of me. So, you know, I will never go run to them and cry for anything. And if I do cry in front of you, it's because my soul is breaking what the fuck you tried to put over me. So be careful with who you make cry, because the ancestors, Mother Nature, and the universe will come to your motherfucking rescue so hard. Baby, the quicker they fuck with you, they gonna be, it's like quicker than Jimmy John's. You better be quicker than that. They go get your ass fucking with their children. So with that being said, Mother Nature took me in as her child. I used to say this back then when I was still a Christian and learning things about religion, that God took me in as his child. And I never really experienced a healthy household or a healthy home, because I was only there for like an Amazon package. I was only left on the porch for a few hours until they open it up and throw the box away. You get what I'm saying? So they open my emotions up thinking I'm going to be there forever. And then next thing you know, they just get tired of me, take whatever in me, and then just throw my body away, throw my flesh away, put me out. You know, that's why I say Amazon package. I'm deep when it comes to these words, baby. But when Mother Nature took me in, how I know she took me in is because whenever I went outside, I would feel free. I will feel myself. I will go outside. I will sing to the wind. And the louder I get with my voice and the feelings I felt, I wouldn't even know what I'm saying, y'all. I was a little girl just making anything up. Like, I just walk and be like, I hope the sun come out and shine on me, because my heart is broken in a few pieces. So whenever I used to sing little things like that, Mother Nature will hear me. No matter if it wasn't rhyming or anything, Mother Nature would just hear my soul, my weeping soul as a little girl. And for some reason, I will always be protected. Like, Now people be like, dang, you was a little 15 out here sleeping on the streets. How the fuck did that happen? How was you able to come across this? People out here that kill people. For some reason, Mother Nature took me under her wing and she really protected me out here. Like, at some point I would see animals walk up to me, birds will walk up to me, like fly up to me. And it's like when the sun come out, the sun would just kiss my face and my face would get fluffy and warm. And I took the sun as kisses. Like whenever the sun beam on my face, I just feel like a warm kiss from Mother Nature. Or whenever I need to vent, I sit by a tree and just talk to myself. And the tree, I will feel like the tree is hearing everything I feel. I will go lay in the grass. I would just lay there. If I'm walking past a neighbor house with beautiful grass, I would just go lay in her grass because it's beautiful, well kept. And nature would it feel like they were just holding me and hugging me back. Butterflies will land on me. Ladybugs will land on me. So I always knew that it was something more powerful out here, because why do I feel loved whenever I walk outside? Why do I feel loved whenever I go to a playground and just sit by a tree? Why do I feel so loved? So I started to just grow within self, and I started to like Google a lot of things, go to the library, look up nature, look up trees. I was asking like, is trees alive? Is the sun alive? Is the air alive? Like water alive? Like I just used to feel like everything was alive when I went outside, when I was so dead in the inside. I was so hurt, but I will feel life within the air. I will feel love within the sun. I will feel love from the trees. I will get visited by bunnies and animals, and it's like these animals will feel me. And sometimes people will walk up to me and be like, here, you look like you really could use a couple of dollars. I never was like, can I have $10? Can I have begging people for money? I never was like that, like when I was homeless and going into a house, and then I would find so much love within the nature that it will make the people that put me out go through so much, and they will call me and be like, because I always kept my phone on. For some reason, Mother Nature, I don't know how I always had money, but I always had like $20 or $30 to pay my phone bill. And I get a call back from that family member that put me out and be like, you can come back. You just got to do this and do that. And I used to be like, thank you, because I need it. I thank you so much for letting me come back. And I used to really be so happy, and I used to try so hard to be perfect until, eventually it grow tired of me again. I wasn't the perfectest teenager. I was a child of neglect. And them children that be neglectful, they have abandonment issues. They hurt a lot. They know one day you gonna leave our life, especially if they lose somebody. Like my granddad. Y'all ever seen that movie My Girl? When her friend died, her mother died, and she always used to go to the hospital or the doctor for everything. She felt like she was getting sick, she was gonna die. That's how I was. And I got a lot of people that can vouch for that. I always went to the doctor. And people used to be like, why you always going to the doctor? Why you always going to the doctor? Because I was scared that one day I was gonna leave this planet, y'all. And I didn't want to die. I was afraid of death. I was afraid to just leave this planet without doing something great, because I knew my purpose was something far more greater than what my experiences was on this planet. So I would go to the doctor all the time for anything, y'all. The hospital, anything, because I was so afraid of death. And then when I lost my granddad, I really went to the hospital for everything. Baby, I was at the hospital like every day. They were sending me hospital bills, but I was a teenager, so it was kind of like free. But I was going to the hospital all the time just to make sure my health was okay. And one doctor was like, you okay? There's nothing wrong with you. Why do you keep coming back so much? And I just bust out crying to this doctor. And I'm like, I don't want to die. I just bust out crying. And the one thing I can say about this doctor, I remember the doctor just held me. Just held me and hugged me so tightly to the point where I felt the love in this doctor for me. Like, it was like I feel you, baby. Like, I don't remember the doctor, if it was a male or a female. I just remember a hug from a doctor. And no matter what in my life, I always was graced with great doctors. Like, I noticed that about me. So, you know the movie Moana. I want to grace y'all with a clip of the song. I don't want to be copywritten, so I'm just going to give a little piece. You know what, the part when she was looking for the heart that they stole from her? They stole from basically Mother Nature. They stole the heart. And when she finally found, this person was so enraged, like flames and heat. But underneath all that pain, this person was only, this Mother of Nature was only going so hard because they stole the heart from her. She was angry at everybody for coming to just steal her love from inside. She was so angry. She was stopping the food sources. She was stopping certain parts of the water on their island. So Moana, it was meant for her grandmother to transition over, which is like how my grandfather transitioned over, and she told her she was gonna turn into a stingray. And this ancestor would come with her and she would know her purpose. So Moana's plan was to restore the heart from Dafigi, I think her name. And when she found her, she just was like, it was like a slowed up version. And this part always made me cry in this movie. When she was like, I have crossed the horizon to find you. I know your name. They have stolen a heart from inside you, but this does not define you. This is not who you are. You know who you are. That song always gets to me, because I have a strong connection with that. And I have a strong connection with Mother Nature. And me and Mother Nature kind of felt the same way at one point in time. That's why it was so easier for her to take me in. It was so easy for Mother Nature to come to my rescue whenever I was crying, whenever I was broken and weeping, because these relatives and these people that were placed in my life stole my heart, stole my feelings, stole my soul at one point, because I was so broken from the neglect, the abandonment, to one day I was able to give myself back something, my heart, my soul, because I swim deep within the depths and the anger within me. And I was like, why am I this angry? I went back to the roots of everything, and I was able to heal myself, and with the help of my ancestors and Mother Nature, of course, and I just grew to love me. And still to this day, I love nature. I don't care if they come and bring snow. They turn on the snow machine and make it snow, baby. I'm gonna go out there and play in the snow. When the leaves fall off the tree, that just show you, just because the leaves and the trees are naked, that does not mean that tree is dead. You have to shed your skin and let it grow to something so much, and glow to something so much better. We all be reborn after so long. We just shed, we shed, we shed. You know, so know that Mother Nature go take you in if you were ever neglected by your physical parents, your matriarchic siblings, your matriarchic family. You know, you was neglected from these people because they wanted you to feel that neglect, but they didn't know that Mother Nature knew that this was going to happen, and they was waiting on you. And that the kisses from the sun, the talks to the moon, the playing with the bunny rabbits, and loving cats and dogs, and not really dog fan, but cats and nature, loving all these animals that came to my rescue. I had 2 dogs that were great dogs growing up though, and they always came to my rescue. Name was China and Big Meat. They came to my fucking rescue whenever my dad would whoop me or anything. The dogs would just go crazy on him, like, leave her the fuck alone. That was the only time I really loved dogs, when I was that little. But know that if nobody else love you, Mother Nature, the universe, God, whatever you choose to believe in, love you. And they took you in as their family, their child. You learn so much because you were able to go outside and feel love within the air. The rain. Some days when it rain, y'all, and I be crying, nobody will know I'm crying though, because I don't like nobody to know nothing about me crying or sad. So I would go outside, and when it's raining, that's when I cry the most, because when I come back in, my face and everything is wet. You won't even think I was out there crying. And that when Mother Nature would cry, or I guess when it rained, I used to feel like Mother Nature was crying, happy tears, sad tears, I don't know. But after every rain, when I went out there and cried so hard and screamed in the rain with Mother Nature, the sun would come right back up as soon as we done. So whenever Mother Nature would cry hard like that, I would cry harder with her, like, man, I'm with you, I feel you, this planet is bullshit right now. These people is hurting us. They are wicked. And when I do that, the sun will come right out. The rainbows will come right out. I'll be like, well, at least I got it out my system. Me and Mother Nature. But this subject always gets tough with me. It always makes me want to cry. So probably when I get out this video, I'm probably going to shed a few Beyonce tears. Because I couldn't be more thankful for having Mother Nature as my best friend. I couldn't be more thankful to have the kisses from the sun. I couldn't be more thankful for that, because that's what saved me. But peace and love, my cosmic family. I love you. And if don't nobody else love you, know I love you, because I can love you as much as I love myself. But I cannot give you all of me. You may find within yourself how much you love yourself, and you must change the things that you were taught in a negative way and grow from it. I love you. And know, this water that I release from my body is happy tears. You know, I don't cry, I don't mourn over life. You know, these are happy tears because I'm thankful for everything I ever went through in my life. But sometimes it's best to release that water, because sometimes your body can be so swelled up from the backed up tears that you must release. You must release what is natural. There's no weakness in crying. It's only strength, because you can shed these tears and you can come out on top. I love you.